Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible. We will be giving some time so that our other participants also join us. So once we have a little more audience, we will start. Once again, I hope my audio is clear. You can just give me a yes chat. That'd be great. Once again, dear all, I hope I'm audible. If at all there are some people who are not able to hear me, please try logging out and logging in because the others are able to hear. And once again, thank you all for joining. We'll be starting off in about 5 minutes. Also, if there's any questions, please drop it on chat itself. For now, we will see what that is. Once again, good afternoon to all the ones present here with me today. We will start off. We do expect a lot more to join in between the session, but nevertheless, we will start with the ones who are already here. First of all, I would like to thank our chief speaker, Mr. Akela A.S. Prakasa Rao, for joining us on yet another webinar today. We are absolutely glad to have you here with us, sir. I'm sure this session will be helpful for the audience directly hearing from you. Looking forward to a wonderful session. Without any further ado, I'm sure all of you are aware of what the topic is for today. Before that, let me start off by giving a small, quick introduction about the company that I represent. Moving on to the next slide. Sir, you can move to the next slide. All right, so I am also the moderator. I'm Siddharth, and today I will be running the moderation part of the session itself. Web is a 20-year-old company as of today. Web was initially known as Wipro e-Peripherals, and we were part of Wipro itself. In 2000, we became an independent entity. We were in fact part of the peripherals division of Wipro. So from there on, we have evolved over the years, and we have multiple enterprise and retail-based solutions on offer today. Moving on to the next slide, you will be able to see a little more in depth what these solutions are on offer. As I had mentioned, managed print services, digital transformation solutions, that is one solution for GST and another enterprise business process automation solution. And thirdly, intelligent office automation solutions. Moving on to the next slide. Here, we will talk a little more in depth about what these solutions are on offer for the ones present here. Starting off with managed print services. The business here is such that we deal with printing hardware based on customer requirement, and they would be charged per print. We also handle asset management, where the customer will not have to worry about any sort of printing hardware at all. We will deploy it. We will also handle the servicing part, and they would only be charged for what they use. We also undertake complete end-to-end service and support throughout the country. We are in fact known as India's #1 MPS company. Moving on to serial number 2, that is RICO, that is Intelligent Office Automation Solutions. We in fact are the authorized distributors for RICO Japan to sell RICO products in the country. We have a wide range of multifunction printers on offer. We also handle the delivery and full service support for the same. Serial number 3 and 4 handle the digital transformation sites solutions. First off, GST, which is what we will talk about a little more in depth today towards the end of the session. We in fact hold the license called GSP, GST Suvidha Provider. We are appointed by the GSTN itself. We have an all-in-one tool for handling all your GST related necessities, right from filing, reconciliation, data preparation, data validation. We have modules for e-way bill automation. We also undertake ERP integration. Most of the ERPs, right from SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, and other custom related APIs as well. And we have a module for E-Invoicing, which we will talk about a little more in depth. And fourth, document management solutions. And now this is where the platform is business process automation. Here we offer tailored custom solutions with the help of low-code development platform and powerful workflows. Underneath this, we have solutions for smart content collaboration, and various other industry processes such as employee records management for HR, P2P for manufacturing industries and enterprises. And we also have a ready-made solution for management of change. So this is what we do with web. We also have another solution for retail, this sector as well. We in fact offer retail billing printers for Kirana stores and departmental stores across India. Once again, I would like to thank all of us for all of them for joining us for a webinar today. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker. Once again, welcoming Mr. Akela for yet another webinar. In fact, this is our third webinar with him. Mr. Akela is an independent indirect tax advocate. He graduated in 1989 from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, BITS Pilani in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. He's also a gold medal holder who completed LLB from Andhra University in the year 2001. He's a certified fraud examiner as well, but currently not active. He worked in the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs from 1994 to 2008, worked for BSR and Co, KPMG that is, in Bangalore from 2008 to 2013. His major stints were with Toyota Kirloskar Motor, Bidadi from February 2013 to November 2016, and Biocon Limited from November 2016 to June 2021. Mr. Akela is a member of indirect tax committees of various trade bodies like BCCI, CII, FICCI, etc. He's also an active article writer in TIOL, Tax Sutra on various tax issues. He is a speaker and panelist on various forums on indirect tax matters as well. Mr. Akela comes with more than 27 years of experience in the field of indirect taxes with wide exposure in government, consultancy, and industries like auto and pharma. He brings in hands-on experience in GST, customs, FTP, SEZ, central and state excise, service tax, VAT, CST, entry tax, bonded warehouse, EOU, STPI, areas in terms of regular compliance, investigations, audit, litigation at all levels, business transaction structuring for tax optimization, and supported in securing industrial incentives from state and central authorities. Mr. Akela is currently practicing as indirect tax advocate, assisting clients on all aspects of indirect taxes at all levels. It is an absolute pleasure to have you here with us on yet another session today, sir. I'm sure the audience is looking forward to directly hearing from you. Mr. Akela, over to you.
Thank you. Very good afternoon to all those who are there on the session today. And we are now going to touch upon a very important initiative brought in by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, that E-Invoicing, which is the now going to be implemented for those who are exceeding the turnover of 20 crores per annum from 1st of April 2022. So here we have got an excellent offer from Web Digital in the form of generating the e-invoices instantly and bulk generation facility and 100% data security with a 256-bit SSL inscription and on-call support. And it is compatible with all kinds of ERP and accounting softwares. And they are coming out with an offer that for the first 6 months that it is going to be absolutely free, wherein that you will be paying a one-time registration fee of 100 rupees only. And for 6 months, you can see how the product is going to be. And then from 6 months onwards, then it is going to be 249 rupees per month. And this offer is strictly for the 20 crore, 50 crore turnover firms only. So this is a very excellent, very good offer for you. But why at all that we require this kind of a facility is what that I am going to present to you in the coming slides.
Absolutely.
Siddharth, you can take up this poll.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So as Mr. Akela had just spoken about our e-invoicing offer, it is in fact an introductory offer at the moment. I would like to see if our audience is actually interested in it. So I will launch a poll for all of you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, you should be able to see it on your screen. So if you are looking for an e-invoice solution currently, would you be interested in the e-invoicing offer? We would love to know. You can click on yes or no. I will leave this on for the next 1 minute. I'd also like to mention that Mr. Akela will be taking up questions one-to-one basis in the webinar itself towards the end of the session. So if you have any questions as we proceed with this presentation, or if you have questions regarding the demo as well, please put it in Q&A or chat. Thank you. All right, I will end the poll right now. Thank you for your inputs. Yeah, Mr. Akela, you can proceed.
At the end of the session, I would like to see the same question being posed to the audience once again, because now currently the dominant people are saying that they are not interested in this e-invoicing offer.
That's
but
right.
After hearing from our end, if you still feel that way, then maybe that we can decide.
Absolutely. Yeah? I will launch the poll again, sir. Done.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so you can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so today's agenda is what are the ITC updates we have during this budget, and what are the changes that were brought into the registration, and then in the e-invoicing, what is exactly that is there for us. And then it is going to be followed up with a live demo of the web e-invoicing solution. On the ITC front, in the budget, government has brought in certain legislative changes which are going to restrict the availment of input credit in the hands of the SSEs. So, unfortunately, the thing is, if you see the legislation, that you being the receiver of the goods and the invoice, that certain things the government is saying that because of these reasons, you are not entitled for taking credit on the invoice that you have received on the tax that you have paid. But these are not in the control of the receiver, but you need to observe these conditions before availing your input credit. So, some of the restrictions the government has placed is invoices issued prior to the registration. If your supplier has taken a registration, say for example on 1st of April 2022, but prior to his registration, if he has done any kind of a sale to you, then you are not, you cannot take the input credit thereon. And even after the registration also, that they are going to restrict the credit availment for certain period. So how exactly do you know, being a receiver, that whether the supplier has taken a registration very recently and still he is completing this window period wherein that he is not supposed to pass on the credits. And similarly, if there is any default in the payment of tax by your supplier, you will not be able to take the credit. And similarly, those who are familiar with the GST filing are familiar with these returns, that GSTR 2B, 3B. So if the difference between the 2B, 3B is more than a prescribed limit, of course, what is the prescribed limit, that they have not yet come out with any legislation on it. But they said, like, if it exceeds the prescribed limit, then also you being the receiver will not be in a position to take the input credit. Similarly, any excess credit availed by the supplier, if he had utilized it for payment of his tax at his end, such a credit you will not be able to take. And similarly, if there is any kind of a default in his cash payment at his end on the RCMs that he is supposed to pay, then also you will not be able to take the credit. And the last but not the least is such other class of persons, but they did not specify who belong to this particular class of persons. So in this kind of an ambiguity, that the credit comes to you and then you got to see whether you will be entitled for it or not. And similarly, on the registration front, that they have brought in certain new changes, that they say that the geolocation is to be identified, that on the Google Maps, that you have to exactly locate the premises which you want to go in for a registration. If you have changed your place of business, then the new place of business has to be identified on it. Then the particular address will be picked up from the Google Maps, and that is going to be utilized for granting the registration under the GST. So even for a change in the address also, that GSTR REG 14 is the form that is prescribed, which has to be filed within 15 days of having such a change, and the officer is also having a 15 days time to approve the change. So in effect, in 1 month's time, if the registration applied by you is not accepted, then it is a deemed acceptance. And if the authorities raise any kind of a query, then the same has to be answered within 7 days. So these are some changes which are brought in the form of registration procedures. And then the other important changes are the integration of the FASTag with the e-way bill system. So the vehicle movement is going to be tracked now by the GST authorities. Once the e-way bill is issued to that and the vehicle number is identified, then using the FASTag, that whichever toll gates the vehicle is crossing under, they will be having a sense that how much time it is going to take. And if we come across any kind of issues with the extension of the e-way bill under, then they are going to rely on the FASTag data. And then there is an option given to transfer the electronic cash ledger balances between 2 different states belonging to the same PAN. Means the company's identity remains the same, but he is having multiple registrations in different states. Then in the cash ledger balances only, mind you, it is not a credit ledger balances I am talking about, only the cash ledger balances can be interchanged. And this interchange is treated as a refund only. And then provision is made to prescribe conditions for utilization of the ITC for payment of output tax liability. We are familiar that there is a condition currently also that beyond 95% that you cannot utilize the ITC, 5% is to be compulsory paid in cash in certain to certain class of the SSCs. So now the government is going to come out with some conditions, and then they may prescribe even the percentage also. And provision is made to adjust the refund payable towards the outstanding liability. So if you have filed any refund claim and there is an outstanding liability by you to the government, then sumo to the government can adjust your refund due against the tax that they are supposed to receive from your end. And this is equally applicable for the cash refunds, and then the refund on zero rated supplies and inverted duty refunds also. And tax payment can be done on ad hoc basis also, subject to the conditions described. Is a very important change, wherein the authorities come and do an inspection or investigation at your end. And if they come across that there is any kind of a tax escapement in your hand, then they can ask you to pay the tax immediately. And such an ad hoc payment is also going to be accepted, but that is subject to conditions which they are going to prescribe. In most of the changes that I have discussed with you, you may be wondering that that is going to be prescribed and the conditions are going to be specified in some later point of a time, because all these changes are made in the Act unless they come out in the form of rules and then the notifications and the circulars, that we will not get absolute clarity, because the changes are made in the law, but how the procedures are to be prescribed by the government later. And now the important change in regard to the e-invoicing is all B2B invoices need to be uploaded into the invoice registration portal. And then the IRP generates and returns a unique invoice reference number called IRN, and then digitally signs the e-invoice by the government, and then the QR code will be issued to the user. Then the user has to print the IRN number on his invoice along with the QR code sent to him, and such a document is going to be a valid invoice under the GST, and it can be shared to the customer in whatever mode you want. So there is no requirement for the transporter or to the end customer to carry a physical invoice with him when he is dealing with taxable supplies. And e-invoice is treated as a digitally signed document as per the Information Technology Act 2000. Hence, it need not be manually or digitally signed by the supplier again before issuance to his customer or agent. So, a simple print or a digital copy is a valid invoice. And in the e-invoicing, what is that you are going to share with the government is that information will be transferred to the IRP portal for generation of the GST and the e-invoicing information, whatever that you are sharing with the IRP portal, is going to help the government in populating your GSTR1 data, because all your sale invoices you are going to report to the e-invoicing portal. So the summary will be appearing in the GSTR1 data also. So there will be minimal typographical errors while generating the GSTR1 data. And then this data can be helpful in generating your party of the e-way bill also. So while preparing the e-way bill, you will be not be required to key in the data once again, because once you have submitted the information for the generation of the e-invoicing, the same information will be used for populating your GSTR1 and also to populate the part A of the e-way bill also. This e-invoicing schema consists of some 12 sections, 5 mandatory and 7 optional, and 6 annexes, out of which 2 are mandatory, and it consists of 138 fields. These are all statistical data that I am telling you. Why? Because that you need to give this much of an information on the portal for the government to verify your transaction and to issue the IRP to you. And then out of the 5 mandatory sections, it is all basic information, your supplier details, your recipient details, invoice details, and the document total. And the 2 mandatory annexes are the details of the items and the document total again. So e-invoice cannot be cancelled partially, because if you find that out of the 10 line items in the invoice, you found that one of the line items is not correct, then there is no option for you to cancel it partially. What you can do is you can cancel the entire e-invoice within 24 hours of generation. But after 24 hours, you don't have the option even to cancel it on the IRP portal. Then it has to be cancelled manually in the GSTN before filing your returns, while scrutinizing your GSTR1 auto-populated data, that you will be given an option to do this. And any invoices by the supplier, the credit note by the supplier, the debit note by the recipient, or any other documents to be prescribed by the GST are covered under this scheme. And it doesn't apply to the RCM self-invoices or the ISD invoices generated at your end. And it applies to all the B2B supplies, exports, deemed exports, and supplies to the ESCZ. So all these documents are to be sent to the IRP portal for generation of the IRP number and the QR code. And nil rated and exempted supplies made on bill of supplies need not be reported here. Commercial credit note need not be reported. Only one IRN can be generated against an invoice. So if for any reason, if the invoice is cancelled, then the IRN also gets cancelled. But by making small changes that you can't make use of the same IRN again for issuance of the invoice, that will be treated as a tampered and not an actual invoice. So all amendments on the e-invoice can be done manually in the GSTR portal at the time of filing the GSTR1 return only, as I told you, after the 24 hours window. After the 24 hours window. So before that, you can cancel it on the IRP portal, but after 24 hours, it can be cancelled only manually in the GSTR1 return only. So with this kind of a complexities, it is not possible for any person to grapple with these complexities and to come out successfully and to make a transaction. So that is where we require some solution for it, and that is what exactly WEP is trying to offer to you. Hence, they will tell you how this entire complexity is going to be simplified for you, and their detailed presentation follows now.
All right, sir, thank you so much for your presentation. We will look forward to questions. I mean, there is already one, in fact, from Mr. Prashant. We will keep it to the end, sir. So I will hand it over to Saurabh, our subject matter expert, who will run through the e-invoice platform demo itself from here on. So Saurabh, over to you. You can share your screen.
Yeah, thank you, Siddharth, for introduction. I will share my screen, and once now I am audible to everyone.
Yeah, I can hear you, Saurabh. I'm sure the others are also hearing. A quick yes or no will be great on the chat, dear audience.
Okay, I will start. This is a web GST platform. As you can see on your screen, once you get the credential details, sign into a platform. So signing into a platform, first you will see the summary dashboard over here. Here you can see the period. If you want to go to the previous period, you can also select that. And below that, you will get the GST filing status for your GST 1 and 3B. And if your GST filing is 100%, you can see over here. And if it is 100%, for the 3B, same as for the 3B. And below that, you will get the filing status, upload and filing status for your GST 1 and 3B with your particular GST. So that could bring a cohesive environment, and the filing date as well for the GST 1 and 3B. And below you will get your output taxability with your particular GST. And within below you can get your ITC and ledger cash for the particular GST with the company name as well. So now in this demo, I will only cover the e-invoice platform of a web GST portal. So here on the left side, you will see the e-invoice. In the e-invoice, we have a separate dashboard. So once you go to the e-invoice dashboard, you will see the generated, bar graph, and the cancel, the not generated, and the error records. So the invoice which are generated from our platform will be shown over here. If it is cancelled, here you can see the two invoices has been cancelled, and not generated, that means if the invoice has been uploaded to a platform but not generated through. So here you can see the data will be shown that these invoices are not being generated. If any error records are there, that can be also shown over here. So below you will get the e-invoice summary details. So e-invoice summary details, you can see that for the particular GST with the company name as well. And you can see the generated invoices, the cancel, not generated error records. So you can view in the whole summary details of your e-invoice over this section. So this is basically a dummy platform. Once I will show you a manual upload form. There are two options to generate the e-invoice from a platform. Once is by using you can integrate by using your API if you are using any ERP tool. Suppose any ERP tool like SAP, Microsoft Dynamics. So that can be also integrated with the platform, and for that you can also generate the invoice from a platform. And second is the manual upload, which I am showing today. So I will start with a manual upload. I will select for the e-invoice. I will upload that file, the template which I have created for the e-invoice. Once I go to the import data, here you can see the data imported successfully. Please go to the generate IRN page for the e-invoice generation. So here you can, once the data has been uploaded, here you can see the total records count and the total process counts. If any error occurs, here you get the pop-up window as well. And now I will go to the generate item section. I will select the particular GST and the data which I want to load for generating the IRN. And for the record tab, you will get the multiple options like all, not generated, error generation, or generated. So I will selecting for the all. I will go to the view summary. Once I will go to the view summary, here you can view all the details for the e-invoice list. Your IRN has been generated, your doc number, the doc date, the supply type, whether for the B2B, and whether the document type for the CRN or the invoice, and the error code is any there. And if any error description, you can also get that e-way bill. You can view that. You can export that file as well. You can print that file as well. So I will click once of the generate IRN. So once you click on these invoices, directly go to the generate e-invoice. So once I click on the generate e-invoice, it will directly generate the IRN from a platform. If you want to export the file, you can also export that file. If you want to delete some invoice into a platform, you can also delete that. So once I will generate the IRN, if there is a scenario, once I want to cancel the IRN, so there's a particular time period that government has given. It is a 24 hours that you will have to cancel the e-invoice. That is a timeline prescribed by the government of India for canceling the e-invoice. So I will select the GST number, the doc date from date to the to the particular date, and what you have to do only for the cancel the item. Once you click on the from date, it will directly show the e-invoice list. Once you click on the e-invoice list, you can see the status of that. Here the status is active. Once I will copy this IRN number and I will directly paste that IRN number over here and give the reason, like it is a whether it's a duplicate or the data entry mistake. I will give the duplicate and the remark is such as check, and I will cancel. Click on the cancel invoice. So the here the time period is over for that. Well, I will just click on the other invoice. Click on this invoice. So I already told you this is a dummy platform. This is not exact the showing. Once I will cancel this. So this is the same way to cancel the e-invoice. Now coming to the how you can view and print once the invoice has been generated from a platform. So click on the GST. Once you click on the from date and go to the view summary. So once go to the view summary, you will see the IRN number, the document number as well, the document date as well, the supply type, whether for the B2B, and the document type, like for the invoice or the CRN, and the active status, whether it is being cancelled or whether it is in being active, you can see that. And once how the e-invoice will be looked to our web portal, I can show you this story. So this is our e-invoice which is generated from our web portal. So that this logo will be customized according to your company, and this is the barcode. If you scan this barcode, you will get the all information that has been generated from this invoice, the IRN number, the bill date from the ship date, the item you want to, and all the information, whether the item description will be also visible over here. So the taxes amount, each and every rate will be mentioned over this e-invoice. So this is the e-invoice which is generated from a web portal. There is also another options available. If you want to download this file as an PDF, you can also download that. And if you want to download for the JSON response, we can also have the option for the JSON upload as well. And if you want to export that file, you can also export that and download the all file. And now coming to the, once you want to get the e-invoice report, in the e-invoice report, you will see the overall summary that has been generated from a platform for the e-invoice. I will select the GST from doc date to till date and the record type of that as well, that not generated, any error generation generated, e-invoice report. So I will selecting the e-invoice report. Once I will select to the export. So once I will get to the export section, you will get the one reference ID. So what we have to do for the reference ID, only we have to copy this reference ID and click on the OK button and copy and paste that paste that reference ID over this section, and you will download that report. So once clicking on this download report, you will get the report of e-invoice as well. So on the next tile, here you can see the generate e-way bill. So you can also generate the e-way bill by using the IRN number. So from the IRN number, from this generate IRN, you can copy that IRN, and you can also give the details for the IRN number, select the GST you want to, the date, the transportation information, the transmission mode, the dispatch, the export address, and the dispatch address. And once you give the IRN number, you can generate the e-way bill by using the IRN number from a web GST portal. So there is also some other scenarios you want to cancel the e-way bill. So same procedure that I have that I have mentioned earlier. Once you generate the e-way bill, you will get the e-way bill number as well. So select the particular GST you want to, select the reason, and give the remarks from date to date, and click on the cancel e-bill. You will cancel the e-bill which is being done from a platform as well. And same as the view and print report, how you can view the e-bill once it is being generated from platform. Select the particular date, and here you will get the details of that. Once you will get the details, I'm just showing. So this is the e-bill that is being generated from the platform as well. So this is the standard e-way bill, which is being generated from a portal. So Siddharth, you can have given the like a demo part for the web GST portal.
All right. Okay. Okay, Saurabh. So you can actually
You can share
you
your
can
screen.
unshare. You can unshare your screen. Okay. I will start sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Okay, Saurabh, thank you once again for the demo. Obviously, we cannot show the entire platform demo today due to time constraints.
Yeah,
So we will actually get into the question answer part now. So those of you who have queries, who have any questions regarding Mr. Akela's presentation with respect to that, or if you have any platform-based questions, you can please put it on the chat or the Q&A tab. Also, I would like to mention, if anyone of you want to interact directly with Mr. Akela, I can do that as well. I can allow to talk. So I saw Mr. Abhinav who raised his hand. Mr. Abhinav, would you like to interact directly? You can actually give us the response on chat. I can do that. And in the meantime, I would like to launch one more poll. Hope all of you are seeing this. Just want to know, obviously, the audience who are here with us, what is the turnover of your company? If you know it, you can please enter it with the options below. It would give us a better idea. Okay. All right, I will leave this on for the next 30 to 40 seconds. And if you have any queries regarding the platform, if you have any queries regarding the presentation itself, regarding the e-invoice updates that you want to clarify with Mr. Akela, please put your queries on the chat. We will take it up for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let me end this poll and share the results for all of you. So it looks like we have about 50% who are actually below 20 crore and about 40 who are in the 20 to 50 crore category. So the 4 of them who have entered will obviously be actually applicable for this, e-invoice mandatory thing. So if you have in fact shown interest for our offer, we will definitely reach out to you. All right, I will stop sharing. Okay, so I will actually give about a minute or two to see if there are any questions coming up. We also have questions that we already received, which we will take it up in a bit.
the meanwhile, just to supplement on what you heard so far from the other speakers and all, that the platform is providing you a flexibility wherein your data, you can upload it and then it gets validated in the portal before it goes to the IRP, so that it will come out with minimal errors, and then you are sure to see that your data submission is through the invoicing process and you are in receipt of the QR code. And at the same time, the portal is also permitting you to easily navigate to generate your invoice also, which you can share it with your end customer and the transporter. And subsequently, you can generate even the e-way bill also. So there is a ease of navigation and a lot of flexibility for you. And also that it is giving you the option to generate several kinds of reports where exactly the data submitted by you is hit with any kind of an errors, and then the option to rectify such errors and all. And also it is keeping the statistics for you that how many invoices were sent to the portal, how many were returned with errors, and how many the IRN is generated, and for how many invoices that you have generated the e-way bill. All this data, everything is by click of a button, you are able to see it. So I think that one should take advantage of the offering on hand, and then it is going to ease your compliances also, because from 1st of April, for those who are above the 20 crore turnover and all, the invoicing is mandatory, and without e-invoice that you cannot make any GST supply. And this is applicable for all the B2B, but not to the B2C. B2C segment, that the government has not yet come out with any option for the e-invoicing currently.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So I would actually like.
You have answered the questions which are there online.
Yeah. So actually, there is one question, sir. Okay, I think you already answered this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can actually. I am not seeing any queries at the moment. So what we can do is
the queries who have sent the earlier queries. I don't think that they are present now.
I will just check. Just give me 1 minute, sir. Let me check that.
Sure.
And based on that, we can take it. If not, we can leave it aside.
Yeah. If the person is not there, then I don't think that there will be any point on it.
That's right. Yeah. So we have one question from Mr. Pradeep. I just want to check if Mr. Pradeep is here with us today. No, Pradeep is not there. We have Mr. Natarajan.
No.
Okay, Mr. Natarajan is also not there.
And Raj Bharat is also not there. Meenakshi Sundaram is also not there. Manoj is also not there.
Manohar is also not there. Okay, so we don't have the ones who asked questions are not here with us today. So It's okay. We don't have to take that up, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will just allow Mr. Prashant to talk. Okay, he is actually willing to speak to you. Just a minute, Prashant, Mr. Prashant. I will just allow you to talk. Okay, you should be able to talk, Mr. Prashant.
Yeah, I think am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, sir. As you said, the government haven't given any directives for the B2C.
Right.
We have, for example, in our company, we have B2C, B2B supply, and some within India, and we have some exports. As you said earlier, the IRP portal, we should generate e-invoice for exports and B2B. For B2C, the government had given no directives. Then what we should do? We should
normal invoicing process. Whatever you are following currently, you will continue to follow the same.
Then there will be difference in sequence number, no, sir?
There will not be any difference in the sequence number. Which sequence you are talking about?
In the e-invoicing, the IRP portal,
No. You don't bother about the sequence that is being maintained at the IRP portal, because that you might have seen the demo that it is a very long chain. So you not try to decrypt it what exactly it is. It is a very encrypted thing, and whatever invoice number that you are maintaining at your end, that you continue to do that. It can be B2B, B2C, export, all mixed together, but a continuous serial number will be given. But those invoices which are meant for your export and which are the B2B, you send it through the portal, and get the QR code and print it on the invoice and share it with your customers and the transporter. But as far as B2C is concerned, you continue to do your normal processes.
Okay, here the point is we are having our own billing system actually.
Right.
Due to this e-invoicing, is there any API to integrate, I mean, this e-invoicing procedure to our existing
Saurabh?
billing system?
Yeah. So
You can answer that.
yeah, I will answer that. You can integrate if you are using an in-house application or any ERP, we can integrate with an help of API. So
Okay.
the whole procedure will be done the automatically. You will automatically the invoice will be generated from a platform as well. So you don't need
Okay.
to give the any manual or you have to uh, copy the data and paste the data into our into our e-invoice template. It will directly fetch the data. So there is no need of uploading the file as well.
And incidentally, there is no requirement for you to install any software on your systems
Can
in
you?
order to
Yeah,
access this e-invoicing facility being given by them.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Prashant. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Prashant. I will just stop the allowing part. And yeah, I have already answered it on the chat. It is actually a web hosted application, as Mr. Akela mentioned already. You do not have to install it locally.
We are here to help you out in complying with the government regulations and to generate the e-invoicing for you and to fetch the IRP number as well as the QR code for you. But other than that, we are not going to touch your systems. We are not going to ask you to install anything. We are not going to take up any of your data because all the communication with the GSTN portal is going to be completely encrypted. As we told in the initial screen itself, it is a 256-bit inscription is there. So you need not worry about any kind of pilferage of your data. It's completely secured and it is securely transmitted and you get the desired result without much of effort at your end.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. In terms of, I will add some more points into this. In terms of GST data security part, the GST travels from end to end without the involvement of the third party. Like hence the 100% the data security guaranteed into a platform. Better security ensured all the standards are met and approved by the GST. So your data will be fully secure with our web portal. So there is no form of data leakage into a platform.
Just to supplement, when you share your invoice data for generating the IRP, web doesn't get to see to whom you are sending this invoice and what are the contents of this invoice and what are the values that you have adopted. Nothing will be can be seen by the web during the entire process.
Okay. So as Mr. Akhil had actually asked me to launch the same poll again, I just want to know if it has actually changed certain people's minds. If it has given a little more clarity after the presentation and demo, I will launch the poll one more time for the audience again. But let us answer that one question from Ms. Shanima, and after that I will
it
launch.
is applicable only for those companies having turnover of more than 20 crores. That is effective April 1st, 2022. Currently, only for those who are having a turnover above 50 crores, they are already doing this. But from the 1st of April, those who are having a turnover more than 20 crores are to fall in line. That they have to make their invoices with a QR code received from the GSTN portal in the form of IRP. Those below 20, there is no voluntary option. So you can wait for the data. It's likely Siddharth, I think that we can launch the poll once again just to see that how
sure,
the
sir.
response pattern has changed.
Sure, sir. I actually lost you in between, sir. So I hope the audience were able to hear you.
I repeat, what I'm saying is that currently it is applicable only for those above 50 crores. From 1st of April, for those above 20 crore turnover, now this is being made applicable. For all others, I think it is going to be 1st of October 2022. That is what is the guess that is going on in the industry circles, that everybody has to go through the IRP portal. Then B2C also may be required to be going through IRP shortly. Because ultimately the government's objective is to minimize your compliance burden. So what they are planning is that by taking the data from the IRN portal, they are generating your party of the e-way bill, they are generating your GSTR1, and from their GSTR1, now they are telling all your customers that what is the eligible credit in their hands and how much credit is eligible for them in order to offset against their output tax liability while filing 3B. So, in fact, the government wants to facilitate the whole process. Unless everybody comes on board, it is not possible. So, currently it is applicable for more than 50 crores. From 1st of April, it is more than 20 crores. But shortly in future, without certainty of the dates, but the guessing game is 1st of October is the likely date that everybody is going to be on the IRP portal. No, you don't have an option to try it now. So it is not a voluntary compliance that you can undertake, that even though you are below 20 crores, if you want to go for this IRP, the government is not ready to accept it. So it is only when the government says that you have to comply with, then you can go for the E-Invoicing. Till that time, you have to continue to issue the way that you are doing it currently. I think I have answered to the question from Madam Parvati.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, let me launch this poll one more time for our audience. Would like to know if the others who have not inputted so far would be interested in our e-invoicing offer, and we would be able to reach out to you on this part. Doubts that you would like to ask to Mr. Akela, and if it's anything platform related, to Saurabh as well. And like we had given permission to Mr. Prashant to interact, we would be able to do the same if anyone's interested.
We request those who participated in the earlier round also to please give their opinion now.
Okay, I will end the poll. Thank you for your inputs.
So certainly the vote has changed.
Yes, yes. I'll have to see who are the ones, and based on that, we can take it forward.
Yeah.
But the others who would still like to interact with Mr. Akela on a one-to-one basis, I would definitely be able to do that. You can please let us know on the survey form post the webinar if you would like to interact with Mr. Akela. And the ones who've shown interest, we will reach out to you. Our team will reach out to you shortly for the same. Okay, any further queries? We're looking forward to seeing a few more queries. Anything, it can be anything related to e-invoicing or the presentation itself.
Maybe that we can widen the field, that anything to do with your indirect tax compliances.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
Any kind of issues that you have with your refund filings or the litigation or the kind of communication that you are receiving from the department. If there are no questions, I think that we can wrap it up.
Yeah, I think I'm not receiving any questions. So that's all right. Anyway, we will send a post mailer to all of you present today. And if you would like to clarify any further things, please feel free. We'll be able to do that. And the ones who've shown interest, our team will reach out to you in about 1 or 2 working days for the same. All right, on that note, I would like to end the session for today. Thank you all for joining, and please take about 1 or 2 minutes after the webinar. You will be redirected to your browser for a survey form. It will help us improve our oncoming webinars for you. On that note, thank you all and have a wonderful evening. We look forward to seeing you all in another webinar in the coming days. Thank you all, and Mr. Akela, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Saurabh, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Siddharth, and thank you, Akela, sir, for joining. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.